Okay. I'm just gonna come out and say it. Why am I in black and white right now?
Why? Because, you idiot! As everyone in the wrestling business knows, gimmicks equal ratings.
But there's no reason to do a gimmick this week. I mean, shouldn't we save this for a pay-per-view video and then, like, hype it up in advance so it would mean a lot more?
Oh my god, you are so stupid, I'm surprised you don't forget how to breathe. Let me spell this out for you, okay? By not telling people that we're going to be doing a gimmick, it will create an anything can happen feel so that people will have to tune in to see what happens because they think they'll miss something really important if they don't. It's not fucking rocket science!
Alright. I assume we're doing this because TNA had an Ultimate X on iMPACT this week, but since they also had a street fight, then by your logic, shouldn't we be doing 2 gimmicks in this video?
Just do the review, smartass.
Okay. iMPACT. Once again, since 4th Dimension Foolkiller insists, I have to review the Orlando Jordan match. Excuse me 1 second.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. What the hell? I don't remember eating that.
Fuck you, Orlando Jordan. Fuck you and your gross gum and your disgusting lollipop, whatever the hell it is. Fuck your whole revolting gimmick. Go away. You suck. You are fucking awful. You make Kip James seem tolerable by comparison. That's how awful you are. Oh, and your match was a piece of shit, too. The fact that the Pope needs a distraction from Eric Young to beat your no-talent ass is a slap in the face to the Pope. There! There, see here, I reviewed the horrible match. Are you fucking happy now?
Yes. Yes, I am. Carry on.
Now that that horse shit is off the table, let's talk about some good stuff. The beautiful people finally lost the knockout tag titles. Thank you. Great to see Hamada back. Her and Taylor will be fine champions. I don't expect the focus to be taken off the beautiful people or anything like that, but at least Lacey Von Erich is no longer walking around with a championship and thus has no reason to be in the ring. That's definitely a plus. Oh, and Lacey, sweetheart, if even Ayako Hamada cannot carry you to a good match, it's time to rethink your profession. Seriously. Just give up. Quit. Quit before you lose the last lingering shred of whatever dignity you have left. Just stop. Stop wrestling before you injure yourself or someone else. You suck. End of story. Just follow Orlando Jordan out the exit. Just go. The match was lousy because Lacey was in it the entire time, but at least the belts are on deserving champions right now. Finally. Speaking of deserving champions, Motor City and Beer Money tore it up again, and what I liked most about this was that they finally got to cut some promos. They put over the importance of the tag team titles, which is the exact opposite of what Hall and Nash did when they had them. And best of all, the Guns finally got to put over what being the tag team champions means to them. That's good. When a guy says, "You'll have to take this belt from my cold dead hands," that's a real champion. Now the writers should have done this on the first iMPACT after Victory Road, but better late than never, I guess. The Ultimate X was a fine match. I'm sick of the gimmicks. That hasn't changed, but it was a fine match. Considering Beer Money are not high flyers, this is the best we could have hoped for. Although I'm really wondering about these recent booking decisions of putting all these non-high flyers in the Ultimate X, because it just seems so pointless to me. I mean, not the most insane Ultimate X ever as a result, but was it leaps and bounds better than the Doug Williams, Brian Kendrick Ultimate X? Absolutely it was. But these gimmicks are just getting way too damn frequent. I mean, as you saw, Alex Shelley hurt his knee in this match, and that's what tends to happen when you have guys kill themselves in these crazy gimmick matches night after night. Eventually, the body just starts to break down. But very good match regardless. This and the Kurt Angle video were the best parts of the show. And the Angle video was so basic too. It was just him training and saying, this is why I'm working my way up the top 10. I want to be the best. This is what winning the world title again would mean to me. And that's it. It was the most basic thing in the world, and it was awesome. And that's why this Kurt Angle storyline means something. I just wish the rest of the show was like this. Now, where the show got really weird was with the stuff with Hogan and Nash. Because Hogan and Bischoff come out, they announced the card for the whole effing show, which I thought was kind of ironic since they haven't even announced the card for Hardcore Justice yet. They're running down the card, then Nash comes out, and he starts bitching and moaning like, why am I not on this card? And then Hogan says, Nash, the reason you're not on this card is because you're 100 years old and your time is done. I took a step back, Jarrett took a step back, and now it's your turn. Now, somebody had to say this eventually. I just can't believe it was Hogan. Unfortunately, that statement coming from Hogan sounds completely disingenuous. So, Nash flips his shit, he starts beating up Hogan, then Jarrett comes out. You know, Jeff Jarrett, that guy who took a step back to let the young guys shine. Yeah, he comes out, he makes the save for Hogan. So then Sting shows up in the Wolfpack face paint, and him and Nash destroy everyone. Now, the announcers spend the next few minutes talking about this, and then they have a street fight where a 60-plus-year-old Ric Flair gets stripped down to his underwear and moons the entire audience for like 30 seconds and then pins Jay Lethal. What am I supposed to take from this? I don't have a problem with Ric Flair beating Jay Lethal since Lethal already got the first win, and they pretty much put over that he kicked Flair's ass and then only lost because of Doug Williams. But the message being conveyed here, as far as I can see, is that TNA want people to think they're pushing the young guys as the future of the company, when in actuality they have no intention of getting rid of any of these old-timers. You can't push your future and have a WCW Wolfpack reunion at the same time. Just saying. It's the same old song and dance we've heard a million times. They're just being a little less blatant about it now. The ECW thing, I really don't know what to think about it right now. I mean, I've been on board with it so far just because I thought TNA were presenting it well. And I felt like they had done everything they could do to get the old school ECW fans interested in this pay-per-view. If that was their goal with this whole thing, short-sighted as it is, I think they accomplished it. Short of getting Paul Heyman to show up, there really isn't a whole lot else they could have done. That's why I've given them a pass on this. Here's my problem. Will this show attract the hardcore ECW fans? Possibly. I think there's a decent chance. Will it attract anyone else? I doubt it. Maybe some ROH fans who want to see RVD and Jerry Lynn. But aside from that, is anyone else going to order this thing? I don't think so. I'm skeptical. And that's where the short-sightedness comes in, because this pay-per-view might pop the buy rate for 1 month, but what's it going to do for TNA in the future? Do you think ECW fans are going to stick around once this show is over? Do you think they're going to want to watch TNA in its current state? I got news for you, TNA. ECW fans are not watching your show. If you want to keep those fans, you got to hook them somehow. Now, it would be one thing if you put some TNA talent on Hardcore Justice and be like, we'll give you ECW. But while we've got your attention, we also want to show you some of these homegrown TNA stars that we have. Hell, I'd at least put the Guns and Beer Money on there. But if it's a show for just the ECW guys, most of whom are going to be gone afterward, then what incentive did the ECW fans have to stick around? I don't know. I mean, the whole ECW phenomenon has always been kind of a mystery to me, to be honest. I think I might do a separate video to explain my reasons why. Right now, I think this angle is geared specifically at the ECW faithful only, and I'm really not one of those people. So I don't have much of a desire to order this pay-per-view. I might download it to see the main event, but at the end of the day, I'm just not part of the audience that they're going after with this. Anyway, that's about it for this week. So stay tuned for the whole effing show, where TNA will be having a 2 out of 3 falls match and a Stairway to Janice match. So I imagine 4th Dimension Foolkiller will have me doing a whole bunch of gimmicks in that video too. That's not a bad idea, actually. Later.